Deb here, and I'm going to talk about two of my all-time favorite dolls. Normally I don't choose favorites, but these represent two of my favorite movie stars, so ultimately they are two of my favorite dolls. It took me a while to get, and so they're even more special for that reason. And of course I'm talking about Fred and Ginger. Today would have been Fred Astaire's birthday. And so, him being my second favorite movie star, I thought I should feature him. My first was Clark Gable, and you can check out my Gable video. So let's talk about the dolls. And we'll start with Ginger. And before I get started, I'm going to address something that people who are really close to me and listen to me know annoys me, is the whole Ginger could do everything Fred did, only in high heels and backwards, which I understand was to point out that she worked just as hard, which no doubt she did. But she didn't do everything Fred did. Fred was the chief choreographer along with Hermes Pan and came up with the ideas. It was, so it kind of does a disservice to Fred in order to promote Ginger, and that's not really right, because she didn't need any help. She was a force of nature on her own. A lot of the movies that they made, Ginger was filming another film in addition to it. So she could do two things at once. And I'm sure she had a lot of input into the dance numbers. She was no Shrinking Violet. But anyway, let's talk about the doll, and then I'll tell you some more insights. One moment while I adjust the camera. You were seeing more of me than the dolls, and that's not good. Here is Ginger. Look at that face. Even has her beauty mark. The woman was extraordinary. She was fashionable and poised to the day she died. And her pretty painted fingernails, and the dress has this really beautiful detail. These dolls are based on Barclays of Broadway. On my Easter parade, when I said Barclays on Broadway, I know better. And they're made by World Doll, 1986. She has her updo that she wore in the film. It's one of my favorite films of theirs, or bar none, and it's the only one in color. So, and they do a casual dance number where they're supposed to be rehearsing, and it's one of the best numbers they ever did. Ginger was an extraordinary dancer. Fred would not ever really name his favorite dance partner. He usually, if he was forced to, he would say Gene Kelly to save the feelings of all his female dance co-stars. But I know Ginger was special because he said that Ginger, something made her very special was there were two words all the years they worked together, he never heard her say, was, "I can't." She knew, she had the confidence of a talented woman. What an actress, too. She was extraordinary. In Barclays of Broadway, there is a scene where she's playing a serious dramatic role on stage, and she gets to really show her chops as an actress. She was fabulous. There's the back. And molded on pink shoes. I'm a fan of the molded on shoes because I lose shoes otherwise. Even the pretty detail in her hair. What an amazing woman she was. Fred, no, I don't think Fred told that story, but apparently she would rehearse so much and so constantly that her feet would bleed and they'd have to dye the shoes in order to actually do the filming. Dedicated, brilliant artist, Ginger Rogers. And on to Mr. Fred Astaire himself. There he is. It's a World Doll, and the heads are getting loose. I keep them where they don't get jostled. There he is in his top hat. Oops, I guess you would like to see the top hat. And tails. The poor hat has had some, I don't, moth-eaten wear, I guess. I bought these used. Oh, I did something I've never done before or since. I wanted these dolls so much that I was at a doll show and I saw them and I grabbed them and went up to pay. Did not even look at the price. I wanted them that bad. I've never done that before. But fortunately, they were selling them for what I was willing to pay for, what I expected to pay for one. They sold them both to me. So there's the tag from 1986. He also has a walking stick that I keep separately because, you know, I tend to lose things like that. He's got his molded on shoes and socks. And the famous tails. Oh, I love Fred Astaire. I think he was an exceptionally good man. If you ever get a chance to read a Hollywood biography, his is one of them. It's called Steps in Time, and it's an autobiography. And bless his heart, you would assume nobody in Hollywood was mean based on his biography. But it's a wonderful read. It's no gossip, just stuff about movies. Steps in Time. I forget, Ginger wrote an autobiography as well, and I forget the title. I have it, but it's also good. She's a little more frank about how she was treated, and nothing about Fred. They were friends. They even dated before he was married. That's why his first wife never wanted him to kiss Ginger. The thing is, people think he never wanted to kiss. They never wanted him to kiss another woman, but it was Ginger that she didn't want him to kiss. And Barclays Broadway was made after Fred's beloved wife died. And then the famous movie. Oh, okay, my favorite dance number with Fred and Ginger. My second favorite is in Barclays on Broadway, the one I just referred to. But my other favorite is from Top Hat. They're in a gazebo, it's raining, and it's a tap number, and they kind of do a duel. She does something, he does something, and that's one Ginger had something to do with the choreography. And it turned out to be my personal favorite. So maybe they should have let her weigh in a little more. Who knows? Maybe she was just too busy. Who knows? Love them both. They've brought a lot of joy to my life. Their movies, they're my go-to movies for feeling good. And two extraordinary people, I think. So if you get a chance to catch a Fred and Ginger movie, don't pass it up. You won't be surprised. You won't be disappointed, I don't think, unless you're going for some heavy dramatic stories. Their movies pretty much followed the same pattern. He's crazy about her. She's resisting him. There's some funny sidekicks who are getting in the mix, and there's a misunderstanding. But it all works out in the end, and a lot of dancing and singing happens to that point, and lots of humor. Lots of humor. They were both great comedians. So I hope you enjoyed my Fred and Ginger tribute. I hope you loved seeing my dolls, because they're two of my absolute favorite dolls, and they're such great quality. I wish World Doll would have done more movie stars, because it's two of my favorite things. I have some more movie stars F&B did, but anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you're staying safe, and until next time, toodles.